Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and this time we're going to take a look at the new Batman Adventures Mr. Freeze figure. Next up in the series of animated Batman figures. He came out this past week. Today's Thursday. He came out yesterday, I guess, along with the Two-Face figure, which Todd has not picked up yet. He'll hopefully be getting him next week, so I'll be reviewing that shortly as well. So, I'll go through the package quickly. We've seen now, if you've seen my previous reviews, you've seen it, but it's just a simple card back on the plastic. You have New Batman Adventures on the front, Mr. Freeze down the side, silhouette in the back, sides, this is figure number 3, and then the silhouette on the back as well, with all your typical copyright info and stuff like that. So, go through that, and I don't know if I noticed this in other reviews, but this has been sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. I'm assuming all of these figures have been, and I just didn't realize. But that's interesting. So, put the figure back in here, but he does have quite a few accessories, so I will go through them as well. He does come with the paper that everyone else came with, and I just thought it was interesting that in my last review, when I was doing Catwoman, I figured they were going to release one from each show, like, and go back and forth, but they aren't doing that either. So they're going out of order and not by show, so I'm not sure what their method is, but all 4 on the top are now out, and you can buy them at your local shop or wherever you manage to find them. So let's go through here. He does come with the stands like the other figures, which you can see here. So you have the view of the character from each angle, just plain on the back. And his comes with, you have the same, rod that goes in, and his comes with the sort of double sticky thing that, who came with this one? I think Catwoman. So you just slide it on there, and I'm finding that I can kind of get him to stand so far of the 3 figures, I think most reliably on his own, because he has these like boots that have bigger feet, so he still has these really skinny legs, and he's also really tall, so it's a little difficult. He can get a little wobbly, but his feet have enough surface area to, I think, hold him pretty safely. But if you would like, you can put him on the stand, and I guess for him you bring it pretty close to the top, get it go around his waist, and you just clip it, and there you go. So if you just want to feel a little safer about him being on display, you might be better off with the stand. I don't know if I feel any safer really, but he's pretty skinny. I feel like he might just slide out of the little clippies. But you have that as an option. He also comes with some extra sets of hands. Here he just has 2 fist hands. He also comes with 2 kind of open, slightly open hands, and 2 hands, well, not quite. One hand to hold his freeze gun, I suppose, and the other is just, I'm not quite sure. Maybe can this one hold it? I guess they're both to hold the... No, that one doesn't have the finger sculpted out. I'm not sure what this one's for, but he does have a hand to hold his freeze gun, which it looks like this. Looks just like the cartoons, just basic black, but I mean, so it looks like, and you can actually see it on the stand. He's holding it. So, it's pretty cool, pretty accurate. So I'm going to pop out a hand and try to get him holding that, if I can. I've seen a lot of people, again, I saw someone post a picture of them breaking this figure, so I don't want to risk anything, and it doesn't look like he wants to let go of this hand. So I will just pop the gun in the hand and show you without him actually having the hand attached. Is this the right one? Yeah. These are kind of I'm not gonna say hard, but like not as flexible as they should be if they're gonna be holding. Like, I'm having a difficult time, getting this gun in his hand. because the fingers don't want to like wrap around it. Well, this is the hand that's supposed to hold it, and you can see it has a trigger finger and everything, but I can't really get it in, so I'm not gonna just like keep wasting time on camera. But yeah, maybe some hot water and just kind of flex the fingers out a little bit so that it'll grip the gun. Unless you can kind of, yeah, no. So yeah, there's that. And there is one more accessory, but I'm gonna just save that for when I go through the articulation. You'll see why. So just take a closer look at the figure himself. I'm gonna take this off. So you can take this off. Just clear plastic. It's kind of like those little containers you get at the grocery store, like the 25-cent that hold the things in the vending machine thingies. Anyway, so this is what his head looks like. It's very white. It's got the red eyes. The paintwork is a little messy on the collar, but it's alright. He's got a little beady head, little beady eyes. Doesn't look very happy. And then you have just the sculpted, this is all sculpted here. All the lines in the arms are sculpted, and the gauntlets. The back is just plain. So it's all just the plain flat black and flat. This is kind of like a seafoam green kind of color. Well, that was an interesting choice because he looks like he's meant to kind of have a metallic suit, the blue parts. So I'm curious why they didn't go with like a metallic blue paint to kind of represent that. But this, I mean, it looks good. It still looks, it's maybe a little green, but it looks pretty good. So, anyway, there's some oils coming through on him. Sculpted here as well. Let's see. So all the hands do have these hinges that you can see. They look kind of funny on this figure because they're, the gauntlet is so wide that his wrist doesn't like line up with the rest of his hand like it would on another figure. But it looks fine. I mean, it's just a little weird looking. You have the exposed joints on the legs still. I mean, I don't think they're going to be getting away from that at all in this line. It's something that they started with. I'm sure they'll finish with it. He's got really long, skinny legs, like almost as long as my finger. And the big boots on the bottom. Again, these lines are all sculpted. And I wanted to show a comparison with him, with the Batman, but Todd took the figures back to his house, so I can't show you on the camera, but I'll show a size comparison with, like, DCUC, like I did in previous ones as well. So put this back on for now. And I suppose we can go through articulation. Well, I don't know why I put that back on then. Well, you can count that as articulation, I guess. Pop that off. His head does articulate underneath. It will go up and down a little bit and rotate. I don't think it goes all the way around, but it will go side to side to a degree. You can kind of tilt it. And then you have the shoulders that go, they don't go very far up. Go maybe about there. But they'll go forward to, you know, as much as they can with this armor piece, and back. You don't have like a bicep swivel, but you have an elbow swivel with the hinge, so you can swivel that there. And the hinge is interesting because he can't bend his elbow at a 90-degree angle. Because the way the suit is sculpted here, it goes down at like this angle, so it can only bend in like so far, like this. It's a little weird, but I mean, for most cases, I'm sure it's going to be fine. No rotation at the gauntlet, but you do have the rotation and the hinge at the wrist. Again, all the hands have that, so you can. I would just use some hot water, you know, blow dry, or whatever you prefer to loosen them up before you swap them out, because it doesn't feel like they want to come out. And these figures have been breaking a lot, it seems. Nothing at the waist here. I don't think, unless this is really... Oh, wait. No, it's frozen. Okay. Yes, there is a turn here in the, like, diaphragm. It doesn't go up and down like an ab crunch or anything. It just rotates. But that's cool because the joint is hidden. Not that it wouldn't be at the regular waist either, but it's kind of cool. So he does rotate. He's very, very stiff, so just be careful with your figures. And then he has the T-jointed hips. Again, really stiff. But, let's see. He doesn't quite do the splits like Batman. But he can get them quite far out. And then he can go... Can't really go forward. I guess because of the way this piece is sculpted here. And he can go back. But I'm not going to push that. He does have a single bend at the knee that makes 90 degrees. He has a boot swivel. And then he has the hinge. And does he have a rocker? I think he does have a rocker, but I'm not gonna... Yeah, he has like the Hasbro style rocker, like they've been putting on these figures, which is weird, but kind of cool. So that's that. Todd did notice when we took him out that one arm seems to be longer than the other. Or it looked like it, because for some reason, you know, the right arm is like slightly longer because the joint isn't like popped all the way into his bicep, I think. But it's very, very minuscule, and it doesn't really... It's not like Rob's Batman figure with the crooked legs. It doesn't really pose a problem for standing. It's just... And you're not going to notice it if you start bending his elbows and stuff, so... No biggie, but just a little weird. But that... I mean, I think it... I mean, because these joints are so stiff, it's no wonder they're, like, having trouble, like, popping the joints in and stuff, so... There is one more piece of articulation that is really cool that I saved for last because it does tie into that last accessory. So you can pop his head off at the neck. So you're left with just a little joint there, and you see the holes in here have a purpose. So we'll put him to the side. Just frame Mr. Freeze. So the last accessory are these legs. So pop them into his head here. Hopefully they'll go in. I'm not sure if they'll go in without heating them up. Doesn't seem like... They don't actually seem like very big holes to begin with. Let's see. Might need to heat this up also. And I was not prepared for that, so I'll have to pause the video. So give me 1 sec, guys. Okay, and I am back with a cup of boiling water, if you can see that. Or I can show you. Just water, yay. So we'll pop his head in here. I guess I'll bring it back here so you can see. So hopefully this will loosen it up a little bit and he can pop these legs in there. Do. Should have the Jeopardy theme going. So let's see. Does that help at all? It feels a little looser already. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's pretty cool. So now you have Robot Mr. Freeze with his leggies. And I'll put his glass pen back on. Of course, now he's hot. He's probably going to fog up. Let's move this over here. Hopefully not like burn myself or spill. I'm going to pop that hand in here while we have it. So, yes, there you have it. Did you lose focus? This is really cute. So the legs themselves don't have any sort of articulation, but they obviously are ball jointed at the where they go in, so you can kind of just make him like taller and shorter, and he can be that tall if you want. I'm also doing the hand over here, so excuse me for a second. Pop that out. So I got the one hand out and the other one is in the water. Oh. Okay. Now I'm going to put the gun in the hand while it's still hot. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, sorry about that. But here we go. Get the trigger finger in there. He's holding the gun. And pop the hand in. So cool. Alright, now he has no head, but he is in fact holding the gun. So I'll pop his head back on for the end. But yeah, let me scoop this over. So here we go. Oh no! Yep, I think he's fogging up in there. in the helmet. Or is it a helmet? You call it a helmet? So there you go. So you can make him have his legs like wide and spread out, or you can make him tall. But yeah, that's just like a really, really cool feature that they actually went with. Now, where did I put that paper? Here we go. So that, like I said previously, each one of these figures is like modeled after a certain episode. So last time I didn't realize they were right on the sheet. So this one is Cold Comfort. So I'm assuming in that episode he does actually show up with these legs and walk around or something like this. Forgive me, I'm not up on my animated series episodes, but I like reviewing the figures, so. Here we go. So I guess I'll pop these back out. Hopefully it didn't get too stiff. And I'll just show you him one more time as I wrap it up and show the gun, him actually holding the gun. So, very, very cool. I think it's so cool that they did this and that they're able to do it with, like, the same head that's on the figure. They didn't have to, like, go through the trouble of, you know, having two heads or something. It's times like this where DC Collectibles really shows, like, they know what they're doing as far as articulation and stuff goes. And then other times they just don't. So, and other times stuff just breaks. So that's also a big problem. And he is fogged up in here, so let's see if I can get that. It's a little better. So there we go. So now he's got his freeze gun. And hopefully now the hand will be a little better suited to holding it once it stiffens up with the gun in it. I mean, probably just keep the gun in the hand anyway. But there you have it. So yeah, I think he's just another cool figure in this line. I really don't think that this line is going to disappoint me anytime soon, other than if I get a figure that breaks. Well, if Todd gets a figure that breaks, which hopefully we won't, because, I mean, we're handling them with as much care as we can, knowing that a lot of people are having issues with them. So I feel bad for all the people out there that are having issues, but so far we're three figures in, and no breakages, knock on wood, that I don't have. But, yes. Oh, and just a comparison to some other figures really quick. DCUC. He's actually taller than a DCUC figure, so he is really tall. I'm not crazy. Meaning he probably towers quite a bit over the Batman, because the Batman was shorter than this figure. And we have the DC Collectibles Red Hood. He is actually about level with him. So yeah, he is very tall, with his long skinny legs that don't like to stand up very well. But yes. So I still recommend this. I recommend this figure. I still recommend this line. Definitely try and pick it up if you can. Very cool. And that's about all I got for you. So this has been my review of the new Batman Adventures Mr. Freeze figure. And hopefully I'll see you next week with a review of the Two-Face figure from the same line. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.